It really is. Your video on. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody out. We're fixing to get started with our training here. Thank y'all for joining in. Okay, if you see that your screen is not muted, it's on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you can mute yourself out, that would be wonderful. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're so excited to have y'all. This is being recorded for anybody, any team member that you have that is not on tonight. We're recording it, and so they will be able to listen to it at a later date. We're so excited to be with you guys tonight. This is Heather King. She is, hold on, because my dog came in. My husband's supposed to be out. Come here, Lexi. Go on, Papa. Go on. Oops. Go on, Papa. Go on. Let's see. Look up, because she pulled the thing out. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Little hiccup. That was my dog. Anyways, this is Heather King. She is our top PV earner for our team, my team, for Team Ferguson, and Melissa's team, Team Eickenhorst. And she is just a rock star. She is almost at 3,000 PV for this month. So we want to get a lot of knowledge from her tonight. And so basically all I'm going to do here is I'm going to introduce her to you guys, and we're just going to kind of talk back and forth about her success, how she's become successful with Plexus, and what she attributes her success to, and we're going to talk a little bit about the products as well. So this is Heather King, and she is my level 2 ambassador, and she is a silver ambassador right now, very quickly on her way to gold. And how Heather came to my team is through Nicole Wilson. She is a person that I sponsored directly. And Nicole is one of the rock stars on my team. Nicole is amazing. She has persevered for 1.5 years being a silver ambassador. She keeps her PV up. She's constantly posting on Facebook, constantly reaching out to me, always into my contest. She's just a superstar, and I just want to give a shout out to Nicole because she's amazing. And she reached out to me because she was at a point in her business where she felt very defeated. She came to me and she was like, everybody's falling off, everybody's white lined, I don't know what to do, I'm struggling. And what I told her is what I tell my team members: you can't raise them from the dead. It's so hard. You just have to keep building, keep going, keep praying. God has a plan for your business. And I remember praying for Nicole, and thank goodness God brought Heather into Nicole's business as Nicole's rock star now, and Heather is Nicole's rock star level 1. So we're going to learn from her tonight. I'm so excited, and I'm just going to have Heather tell a little bit about herself for you guys, and just how she came to Plexus, a little bit about her personal life and how she came to Plexus as well.
Okay, so my name's Heather King, and I am a nurse practitioner. I do work full-time, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And I did meet Nicole through my job in the office. And I came to Plexus. I was really at a point where I was frustrated because I did not lose my baby weight after my son as quickly as I did after my daughter. And so I was looking at options. I was trying to eat healthy, but I could not get control over my sweet cravings. I'd eat healthy all day and then have a huge bowl of ice cream at night. So felt like I really needed some help. And I am a nurse practitioner, and I wanted to make sure that a product that I was going to use was going to be safe. So I really wanted to make sure to research before I was going to try anything. And it's interesting because Nicole had friended me on Facebook, and I was at this point where I was trying to make a decision. I had some people I knew who used Plexus. I had some other people I knew who used Thrive. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Let me research this. And Nicole invited me to an opportunity meeting. And so that was when I went to that opportunity meeting, I knew, I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I want to be involved. And then I ended up signing up as an ambassador the next day. One of the reasons why I signed as an ambassador is because I wanted to get my products the cheapest. I did not come into Plexus thinking that I was going to be selling this to anyone. I'm like, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to do that. I thought, well, if I'm doing really well, a couple people will ask me, hey, what's going on? What are these changes that I'm seeing in you? And then I may have a couple of friends who would want to purchase from me. And what I ended up doing was basically following the leadership that Laura and Melissa have set out for us. I made sure that I watched the new ambassador trainings. If you guys are a new ambassador, or even if you're an established ambassador and you haven't watched one of the trainings in a long time, I watched. The first time I didn't really get it. So I watched again the next week, and I realized, hey, we're repeating the same things. It's really easy. It's pretty simple. And so, I paid attention to that. Try to get involved in the challenges that we have, through the team page, that sort of thing. And I started making my daily post on Facebook. And so I was originally with Facebook, I didn't post very much. I'd scroll through and look at what other people did, just kind of entertain me for a minute, and it wasn't that involved with doing my own post. So that overwhelmed me to post every day. But I did it because that's right. That was what was recommended to be successful, and I'm telling you, it works. So
it absolutely does. She is so right. About posting on Facebook and just sharing genuinely with people.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily, it can't be salesy. And just being genuine with people. How is it helping you?
Yeah.
And that's what Heather has done, and that's why she's so successful. And, I know a lot of the people that say that they post on Facebook, maybe they're posting once a week, or maybe they'll post every other day. And I will say it's the people that are posting once and twice a day that have the highest views. Definitely. So, if you want to mute yourself out, if you can do that for me on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, and another thing I was thinking about posting, when I do post, I try to be very thoughtful. One thing I do is because I just joined Plexus 4 months ago. And so my first couple months, I would see when you guys would put who's got the top TV, who's ranking the top in our teams. I would send them a friend request. Whatever they're doing, I want to be doing.
That's right.
And so I would friend them. I learned on our trainings that this business is really all about duplication. You really don't have to come up with it yourself necessarily. And so when I do find the time, which I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and my husband and I have agreed that from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is our family time. So that's 12 hours out of my day that I really don't get to do Facebook, and I do like to sleep 8 hours a day too. So I try to find time at lunch, before work, in the evenings before bed. That's really all the time that I commit to this. I'm not doing this all day, every day. If someone messages me during the day, I ask for their information and let them know that I'll email them later that evening after my kids are in bed. So
she's fitting it into the nooks and crannies of her day. I mean, did you hear that? She works 8 to 5 every day, and she still finds time to be with her family. But she works it into the nooks and crannies of her day. She has 2 small children, a 6-year-old and a 22-month-old. So our point here is, anybody, if Heather can do it, anyone can do it, because she works full time. She's a nurse practitioner. I'm sure she's tired when she gets home. She still finds time to be a mom, so if she can do it, then you guys can do it. It is just so amazing that she has the PV that she has, and all she really has done is share, and she's duplicated really the people the rock stars, the people that are the most successful. So it's just such great advice that Heather can give.
Absolutely.
It really is.
I'm like, there's nothing special about me really, that's what I want all of y'all to know as well, is that you can do this too. I'm not doing anything that none of you guys can do. I want you guys to be really confident. Whenever you guys are, you got to put yourself out there. You do. You have to put yourself out there. You have to post daily. When you post, people don't, they don't want you to be sold to. A lot of times when I go through Facebook and I'll see Plexus posts, and it's random and it doesn't really speak to how it could benefit anyone else. People want to know, how are these products helping you? They're friends with you, and they want to know, how has this product helped you? I do like to share how products have helped other people as well, because going through my Facebook feed, you see how moms are exhausted, and there's nursing moms, there's pregnant moms. I look and see, okay, what are some of my friends going through? I see people post about endometriosis and PCOS and infertility and thyroid problems. I haven't dealt with those things, but we've seen countless testimonies showing how people have been helped from that. So Absolutely. I try to make a post to let them know that there's something out there that may help them.
Absolutely, that's perfect. And I love what she said about making your post personal. We talked about that a little bit before this started, and I just made a real quick post today about my hair and how long my hair is. My hair's never been this long, and I just kind of mentioned our X Factor vitamin and how it's really helped my hair growth. And I've already gotten 3 private messages from people, one new preferred order, and then 2 private messages from people that are interested. So it's pretty amazing when you put yourself out there and you put your own personal results, how many people that you will get that are interested in the product. So it really is amazing. And we're going to take questions at the very end. And I know you guys are going to have lots of questions for us, so we'll take questions at the very end. But I'm going to just keep going, and we're going to try to get through this. And I just want to get as much out of Heather as we can. So basically, what we want to learn tonight is, how did she do it? How has she become so successful in the 4 months that she's been doing Plexus? Because 4 months is not a long time in this business to grow your customer base as much as she has. So how did she do it? How did she get all those customers in that short amount of time frame? And how is she becoming she's very close to becoming a gold ambassador. So we just kind of want to learn from her. And so my first question basically is, how many current customers do you have right now, Heather?
Probably around 35 or so.
Okay, so she has about 35. And how many of those are preferred customers?
I would say the majority, I would say at least, I think I have about 20 preferred customers. 20
preferred, and the rest are retail. So that's really big. 20 preferred customers is a really big deal. So that's great. Now, Heather, how do you get your customers to become preferred rather than retail? What is the biggest thing that you tell them?
So first off, and I haven't actually reached out and messaged someone, hey, I think that this product would be good for you. I do post daily, and I try to make my post pertinent to one thing, instead of saying, oh, Plexus has helped me with sleep and weight loss and energy and all these different things. I try to make it pretty focused. So and people have come to me wanting more information. When they ask for more information, I'm really busy, like a lot of other moms and dads and who out there are. So I try to keep myself organized. On my phone, I have a list of people. So if you've expressed interest, you're on my list. Immediately, I go ahead and I add you to the Team Eickenhorst testimonial page.
Yep.
And immediately ask for your email address. I let them know I typically can't email you unless I'm on a lunch break or in the evening after the kids are in bed. But then that's my time to spend communicating with potential customers and following up with how they're doing, that type of thing. When I do email them, there's a couple of key documents that I include in the email. I found these, it's in any of our team pages, but one is basically the ingredient list for all of the products and the science behind how that works. And the other list is the product list, because that's what people care about. What are these products? How do they work? And also, what's the cost? So I attach those 2 documents to each email. When I send the email, I express, that I'm excited that they contacted me. First, I go into my own health testimony and how these products specifically have helped me with preventing my migraine headaches, with clearing up my chronic yeast infections. I talk about my favorite side effects, like no longer craving sweets, and how these products can help them as well. And then after that, I go into, I would recommend that when you order preferred, because you're going to get this discount, and go into detail about that. And then my last paragraph, it says, or you can join me as an ambassador, and how awesome it's been. You get your products the cheapest, and you also have an opportunity to earn money. And like I said, I didn't start this to earn money, but it's been really exciting, and it's really fun. It's really rewarding, getting these messages from customers who are seeing these health improvements and who are losing those 5-7 pounds, you know, and in the first few weeks. It's really fun and exciting and rewarding. When you do that. So
thank you so much for that. Preferred customers, very important. Another thing that we kind of talked about too, is how important it is to really have a firm customer base before you start building a strong team. Now, I won't say that you're not going to be adding ambassadors that just want to become ambassadors and they're going to be rock stars, because you are going to have those people. You are going to have those people that just want to. It was me. I signed up I really signed up, of course, for the benefits to lose weight. That was my number one. But I wanted to make money. I've done MLM before. So, and my sponsor knew that. She knew me. And that's the thing, is you really want to qualify the people that are coming to you and that are interested. You want to make sure, hey, are you going to take this business seriously? Are you going to be sharing these products with people? Or do you want to sign up as an ambassador just to get the wholesale? You really want to keep those as preferred customers. And if they have success and people are coming to them and they're asking them, hey, what are you doing? What are you taking? I'm really interested. Then that's when you approach them with the opportunity. You don't just want to be signing people up just to build a team. You really want to have a strong customer base as well. And that's why I'm so proud of Heather, is that she has a really strong customer base, and she's also working on building her team. So she's really doing it the right way. And so what she's done basically is all these customers that she has are seeing great results. You know, she's following up, making sure that they're, you know, taking the products consistently, doing that. And then, you know, after that, she's flipping these preferred customers who make the best ambassadors to be on her team. So tell us a little bit about that, Heather, as far as.
Yeah, I've had a few, and it's exciting. I've had a few just this past week who decided to join, where I've been following up with them over the last couple of months, how they've been doing with their products, and questioning to see, are you interested in joining me as an ambassador, talking about how really, you know, if you're doing so well with these products, all you have to do is share that with other people. People are starting to ask you, hey, I can tell you've lost, 15 pounds. What's going on? I want to do that too. And so, and just kind of encouraging them to do that, inviting them to the opportunity meetings so that they can see that this is something, a great opportunity in order to really have some financial freedom in the future. That's one of my why originally started out as I wanted to lose the baby weight that I couldn't get off. Now my why is, of course, I love sharing with other people and seeing other people get healthy. As a nurse practitioner, that's part of my passion, is helping other people make healthy choices. But also, looking at it from the financial aspect, I would love to be able to work part-time. I would love to have one day to myself, to work a 4-day week and have a 3-day weekend. That would be, that's a goal of mine. And so my husband, I don't know, I got to talk to my husband about that, but
that's awesome.
I'm hoping, he'll be supportive of that in the future. If I'm able, that's just really cool that this company could potentially provide that.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Well, that's just so neat. And I love the fact that she said it's about sharing. You're genuine with people. You want to be genuine. And her why is genuine. She truly wants to stay at home a little bit more than what she's doing now. Mm-hmm. And so your why has to be strong. You have to have a very strong why. And I think Heather does have a really strong why. And so that's really great. And, that's what I love about Plexus is it doesn't have to be sold. You're sharing how your life is being transformed by these products. Mm-hmm. Me in particular, a lot of people know my testimony. My digestive health has been completely transformed by these products. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but I can poop. Okay, I'm just going to say it. It's important, though. It's important, and no, it's funny.
Like I talk about poop every day.
But it's important to your health. I mean, people don't even realize it. You know, I was going to the bathroom once a week before Plexus, and now I go every day. It's natural. I'm getting all the toxins out, and it is something that we need to talk about because I was sick on the inside. My insides, my digestive tract was sick, and it was desperate for these products.
Yes.
And so the Probio 5 and the BioCleanse has changed my life. And people ask me all the time, they're like, when do I get off my products? And I'm like,
yeah, I've had people ask me that too. Why would you?
Why would I get off of something that is keeping me healthy?
Yes.
And I don't understand. I really don't understand why you would get off these products. I mean, they have changed my life. And so you just tell people that. And so I have a lot of people that have stayed on the Probio and the BioCleanse, and they will for life. I mean, I know that for a fact. So they're just awesome products, and I cannot say enough. And that I think and I'm just like with Heather, like I'm just so passionate about Plexus, and people know that, you know, and so it just rings true. So,
and I do want to say too that just because I have no idea how many people who have expressed interest in Plexus to me that I have their name on this list where they've contacted me. And I don't want you to think that, okay, I've sent out 150 emails to all these people that everybody signs up. And you can't take that personally. And it's pretty neat too, looking as someone, I had emailed someone 6 weeks ago, and then randomly I get an email saying that they signed up. I kept being consistent, and I kept posting every day. And the other thing too is I do like to follow up after I send an email. If I don't hear back from them, or, you know, sometimes I'll get an email saying they ordered. Honestly, a lot of times I don't. And I'll follow up and say, hey, if you had a time to read over that. Yeah. I know it was a lot of information. And so things will surprise you. Keep being consistent. One of my ambassadors who joined last week was on the top of my list, had expressed interest 3+ months ago, randomly, you know, messaged me this weekend and said she and her husband wanted to try the products. That's another thing. If I have a potential customer come to me and there's another person that wants to do the products with them, my suggestion to them, especially if it's their spouse, you sign as an ambassador and you have your spouse sign as your preferred customer. Because you're going to get products cheapest, plus earn the preferred customer bonus, and it's going to be more financially beneficial to that person who wants to join. Plus they get the opportunity to get this training and potentially grow their business. Plus I'm getting the points and I'm getting to grow my team. And so it's a win-win, I think, in that way. Sure, I'd love to have commission off of both people, but and the other thing I've heard some people talk about, referrals from other people. If you have a customer who wants to refer someone to you, that's the perfect opportunity to say, hey, I would love to get their commission, but why don't you sign on as ambassador with me? You're going to get your products cheapest, plus you're going to get commission on your own products, plus theirs. And so if they're enjoying the products, they're doing well with their health, and they're doing well with their weight loss, and they're sharing with other people, that's the perfect person. That's what we're talking about. If you have customers who are doing well, those are the people that you want on your team because they know how much that they can help other people.
Absolutely. So, and another thing too that I wanted to talk about with you guys too is the fact about being bold. So we all post on, a lot of people post on Facebook. I mean, it really is a lot of my business is posting on Facebook. It's how I get most of my business. But another thing is reaching out to people that you see daily. Just kind of listening to people, you know, in the grocery store, you're listening to people's conversations. I've had many ambassadors tell me they got a customer just from listening to a lady behind her talk about how her dad had diabetes and he really needed help. And she said, hey, I can help you with that. I sell a supplement that. So we just have to become a little bit more bold when we're in public and we're out and about, and also put yourself out there more. A lot of people just stay at home, and I mean, I stay at home a lot. So I mean, I'm one of those people. I do stay at home a lot, but I do make an effort, like at the gym, like if I'm at the gym or wherever you go, make an effort to either wear a Plexus shirt or talk about it or have a Plexus cup with you, have your pink drink with you, and just become bold. How has boldness helped you in your business, Heather?
Yeah, you have to be confident. You have to, and not that I always feel confident, okay? But you have to exude that to others. You have to exude confidence and you have to exude positivity. That's really important too. I'm not always in the best mood, but to me, that you're going to see on social media is not going to be one that's going to be negative.
Right.
And so I try it, because if people hear that I'm having a bad day, that I take these Plexus products and I talk about how I have great energy. Yeah, I have times where I'm tired. We all do. You know, we're tired at the end of the day. But I mean, and it's not that I'm lying or faking about how I am feeling with my Plexus products, because I'm feeling so much better.
Right.
But just making sure to stay positive, and you have to be confident and put yourself out there. You're going to get rejections. You're going to get people who tell you no. You're going to get people who make fun of you. I'll tell you, I'm like, my husband, and, you know, just in a teasing way, was one that he would tease me about this. And let me tell you, he is one of my secret preferred customers. I'm outing him right now, but he kept stealing my products. He was having some issues and needed some BioCleanse. And so now he's a full triplex guy. And and so, you know, he's become a believer. My parents as well. My aunt has done multi-level marketing stuff for years. And so they're calling me Aunt Cynthia, pushing people with, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to push you, but I want you to know both my parents are overweight, blood pressure issues, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic. My grandparents have diabetes. And so I wanted them to know about these products that could help. And guess what? They're signed with me as well. So, and I know that family, I had a friend from Vanderbilt, and he's a genius. He's a neurosurgeon, okay? And I had him teasing me about how he hated how healthcare providers would be promoting a weight loss supplement, and, you know, how irresponsible that was. And so, I mean, I absolutely stood up for myself. I'm like, good. Okay, and because I'm like, this isn't about weight loss. Yes, the majority of Americans are unhealthy and do need to lose weight. We have poor gut health. And our diet is so full of high carbs and high sugars. And so, you stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in. And obviously we're seeing that these products are helping. They're helping us, they're helping our friends and our family. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and stand up for yourself. Absolutely. And not in a negative, pushy way, but in a way that's just saying, I do believe in this, and this is why, and I have researched these things. And use what we have, that what we were talking earlier about, using the documents that are in our files to learn more about these products, because the more you know, the more confident you can be when you're talking to potentials. Instead of saying, I don't really know what you should use because I don't know what that is. You've got to be familiar with the products and the ingredients and how they work.
Absolutely. So. And the biggest thing with belief is the number one thing in this business. If you believe in these products, if you know they work for you, then you know they're working for your family, for your friends, the people that you are, that your customers, you are going to rock this business, because belief, it's all in belief. If you don't have belief, I'll tell you what, go look at our testimonial page, go to YouTube and just search some of the testimonies for Plexus and how it's helped people with diabetes, gut health, like we talked about, people in chronic pain, so many things that America is suffering with, our products can help. So if you don't have belief in the products, go get belief. It's easy. Trust me, it's out there. These products are changing people's lives, and I promise you, if you build your belief in these products, then you will be successful. We talked a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about gut health now, because we went a little bit into it. But I wanted to ask Heather, because her testimony was amazing, and she talked a little bit about the difference between our probiotic and other probiotics on the market. Me and myself, I was on 6 or 7 different probiotics before I got on Plexus. I would go to Walgreens and buy the $30 pack of probiotics that didn't work. My husband would get so mad. He'd be like, "You're paying $30, they're not going to work." Well, I mean, I didn't know they weren't going to work. I just knew I needed to be on a probiotic. But I wanted to ask Heather, because she knows that our probiotic is by far the best.
Yeah.
So, and why is our probiotic better, Heather?
So I mean, one of the reasons why our probiotic is better is because it contains the enzyme chitinase. And this is something that you guys will want to share with your customers. So chitinase is an enzyme that breaks down the cell wall of fungus. And that's what we have growing in our gut. It's candida, which is basically a fungus in the gut. And that enzyme actually breaks down the cell wall and helps to kill it. Other probiotics just put that good bacteria back in your GI system, which is great. And our probiotic actually has the good bacteria too to repopulate our GI tract. But what's amazing that chitinase is totally a key in improving GI health. And when you improve your GI health, your GI health is linked to so many other issues, so many other chronic inflammation, mental health issues. One thing is the majority of our serotonin receptors are in our GI tract, not our brain, which is pretty interesting when you hear all these testimonies of people who have suffered with anxiety and depression. And I'm not saying, when I have someone talk to me and they tell me different health issues that they have, I'm recommending products based on illnesses or symptoms that they're struggling with. But I still do recommend that they need to talk to their doctor about it, because I don't know their own health history as well as their doctor may. And so you do have to be safe with that. I'm not saying they still may need an antidepressant. However, a lot of people have been able to get off of their medications and they don't need it anymore because they've gotten their gut healthy and they've gotten rid of that candida overgrowth with our probiotic. It's amazing.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. I love our probiotic. I completely agree with Heather. I mean, it's by far, and I'm living proof. Heather is too.
Yes,
I know.
absolutely.
She talks about it in her testimony. I haven't gotten up the guts yet, but yeast infections.
Yes.
Got them chronically. Horrible.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, dude, I did.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're living proof
Yes.
that our probiotic gets rid of yeast because we had
Absolutely.
yeast in our system. I mean, it's visible. I mean, I know, gross, whatever.
Yes.
And this is recorded live, but
We talk about poop. We talk about yeast infections.
Yes, we do, but it's real.
Absolutely.
So
we're doing a lot better now.
Yeah, we are. We're doing great. I feel clean.
Yeast
free.
That's right.
But another thing I wanted to talk about too is why is it so important, Heather, to take the probiotic with the BioCleanse? Why
Yeah. So the BioCleanse is basically, so once that candida dies in your GI tract, you don't want it sitting there. That dead waste builds up toxins, and you want to get that out of your GI tract. We don't want we still. And what's great about the Slim is that it helps to where you're not craving those sweets and carbs like you used to, but we're still going to be eating some. And that candida thrives on the sugars in our diet. And so there still will be some candida in there. So you want to make sure you're taking the BioCleanse as well to get rid of that, to make sure that we're flushing it out of our system. We're getting those toxins out, and that we're continuing our regimen so that we're not getting that overgrowth again. I've had people ask me, well, what happens when you stop your regimen? Well, I don't know why. We talked about that earlier. I don't know why that you would, because you can end up in the same place that you were.
Right. So. And people stay on their medications for years.
Years and years and years.
I know people that have been on sleep medicine for 20 years. So they haven't stopped that because they're sleeping on their sleep medicine. If they get off, they're not going to sleep. So it's the same thing. The same thing with the ProBio. When I wanted to get back to the ProBio and the BioCleanse, they say it's like, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that it's like going to the restroom. And then if you take your ProBio and you don't take the BioCleanse, it's like not flushing the toilet.
Absolutely.
So they go hand in hand. They're a married couple, ProBio and BioCleanse. And so I always, when I sell the ProBio, I'm selling the BioCleanse because I think what happens is people get on the probiotic and they don't see the benefits of it because they're not taking the BioCleanse because they're not getting it out of their system. So very important to sell those two things together. Now that we've talked about the ProBio and BioCleanse, I want to get a little bit into the Slim. A lot of people will ask me, ambassadors ask me, like if somebody comes up to you, what is that? What is the pink drink? What does it do for you? And in simple layman's terms, what do you say?
What do I say when somebody asks me about pink drink? I let them know it's a supplement that basically helps keep my blood sugar stable. And by keeping my blood sugar stable throughout the day, I'm not hungry all day. I'll tell you, I used to be in the kitchen at work in between patients. I could not make it. I would have breakfast every day. I'm a breakfast eater. And I could not make it to lunch without being starving 10:30, 11 a.m. And I'm whatever snack, cookies, bagels, whatever's back there, I had to eat it. Well, I don't do that anymore. So I'm not craving those sweets and I'm not starving all day. I'm able to stick to those healthier food choices because I'm not craving those sweets like I used to. And I do have a more natural, sustained energy during the day. I'm not getting those sugar crashes in the afternoons like I used to, where I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have a pot of coffee because it's 2 p.m. and I've got to see these patients this afternoon. I don't do that anymore. So I always tell, how it basically works is keeping your blood sugar stable, and this is the benefits I've seen. And what I like in this, I don't know, it boggles my mind. And I'm so grateful that I've struggled with chronic migraines for 15 plus years, and I have seen countless neurologists and been on multiple preventative medications. I was having 18 plus migraines a month, which is insane. It was like more days than not I had a migraine. And I mean, truly that was the case, to where I was only having 5 or 6. Now, since I've been on Plexus, I have gone over 2 months without any migraines. I had one, and that was the day I ran out of the house and didn't have my pink drink. I mean, I know that keeping my blood sugar stable is preventing my migraines. And I'm like, I want to go tell every neurologist about this, because I'm like, you've been putting me on all these medications. And as a healthcare provider, I have nothing against medications, okay? I know how much they can help people, and they were helping me. But I'm just saying that these products have helped me more so than any of the other medications that the specialist had prescribed me. That's keeping me migraine free. And just based on my own history, and I've never gone this long without a migraine, it's that right there blows my mind. It's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't build your belief, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Because that's awesome that she's able to
and
get
we
rid
know
of
so many people who suffer from them.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I mean, just daily headaches.
Seriously.
I had daily headaches, before Plexus, even especially pregnant. I guess your hormones are out of whack.
Yes.
And I used to pop, I don't remember what I took when I was pregnant, whatever the doctor let me take when I was pregnant. But, I worried about that, taking it with the baby and stuff. I just wish I would have had Plexus when I was pregnant, not had those daily headaches because, it's debilitating.
And a lot of people will ask, well, how does this pink drink that people take to lose weight, how does that help with these other issues? How does it help with your hypothyroidism? And how does it help with your PCOS and helping you to have regular periods and ovulate and become fertile when you weren't for however many years? How does it help prevent your migraine headaches, that sort of thing? When you are balancing your blood sugar and how it works with your endocrine system, your endocrine system is your system that regulates your hormones. And it's very interrelated. And so balancing one aspect of your endocrine system has a huge positive effect on multiple other aspects of your endocrine system. And endocrine is super complicated. I'm so not an endocrinologist, okay? But I'm just so the details of what, hormone enzymes going out. I'm just telling you in general, when people ask you about that, that is the best response to give, is that when you're balancing one aspect of your hormones, you are helping to balance others, okay? And we know it works. You're seeing that it's working.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't have to get complicated. Keep it simple.
Absolutely, keep it simple.
Because if you tell people too much, they're going to be like, I don't know what this lady's talking about.
Yes, keep it simple.
Thank goodness, too, because, that we can keep it simple. I've kept it simple because I graduated with fashion merchandising. I did have a minor in business. I had nothing to do, but I have no medical background or anything like that. But I have researched the product, and I know what it can do for people. Okay, that's all you need is you need to know, and your belief needs to be strong enough to know how it can help someone. That's what you need to know. You don't need to know that it has ALA, alpha lipoic acid.
Yes,
you don't need to know the names of the ingredients and things like that. Now, it's good to be knowledgeable. It's good to have your knowledge and things like that. But you don't have to be a genius when it comes to the products. You just need to know how it's going to help them in the basics. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's get a little bit more into, let's see. So, well, I already said it's best to keep it simple when talking to customers about Plexus. So basically what I wanted to ask Heather is, getting back to Facebook posting and how important that is to our business. How much would you say your business attributes to posting on Facebook? Like,
I would say the majority of my I would say honestly on like pretty much all of my customers have come from basically their Facebook friends, where they've seen my post and they've sent me a message because they expressed interest. They wanted to know more. And as far as like getting ideas for posts, we were talking about this earlier. I'm like, it's all about duplication. So friend me, go through my news feed. Whatever is working for me will work for you. And that's kind of been my philosophy with friending other people who are really successful in this business. If it worked for them, it can work for me. There's nothing special that I'm doing besides duplicating what other people have done that's been successful. And so I on my phone, if I'm scrolling through and I find a good post, I don't share it. I take a screenshot of it, and I make sure in my screenshot I have the person's name who posted it, and I have the date on there. And so later, and I need an idea for something to post that day, I go through my photos and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good post. I want to make sure to share that with someone today. So I take screenshots of what other people have done that have worked well, and then at a later date, I make sure and use that as I copy and paste and use it as my own post. I might reword a couple things to kind of make it more sound like me, but in general, I'm like, that's one of the most successful things that I've done is just follow other people who've been successful.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also going back to the friending the people on Facebook, I have a lot of people I'm friends with in the neighborhood that I'm not friends with on Facebook, and I'll just say, hey, can I add you to my Facebook page? And they have no idea about Plexus. I don't know how, because everybody in our neighborhood sells it, but that's just an example. Right. But they don't know I sell Plexus. They're going to get on my Facebook and they're going to be like, okay, she sells Plexus. I've actually had it happen just recently. And she messaged me immediately the next day and was like, I really want to know more about Plexus. I've seen it, but I want to know more. She saw all my posts, and I'm posting consistently. And just adding those people that you meet, it's a big deal. I would say since I started Plexus 21 months ago, I had 350 friends when I started Plexus. I now have 1,700. A lot of those are Plexus people. But I would say about 40% of the new people that I've added have come to me and asked me about Plexus and have either become a customer or an ambassador. So it's really neat to know that. And so make sure you're increasing your audience.
Absolutely.
Daily, adding 10, 20 people that you know. Don't get creepers on your Facebook. Right.
Yeah.
That's not good. But people that you know from your past, church, past high school friends, people from college. I mean, just, anybody that you think, you would be friends with. So, like I said, no random people.
Yeah, it's funny. And I know Nicole friended me because she wanted me as a potential Plexus customer, and it worked,
Yeah, it did.
Ended up signing with her as an ambassador. So yeah.
It's a great example.
Absolutely.
It's a great example. Mm-hmm. And with Nicole, you met her through your practice, but y'all weren't friends outside of that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, y'all weren't friends outside of that. So she just asked that you add her to your Facebook. That's so neat.
Yeah.
That's such a great example. And she was bold enough to invite you to the opportunity meeting. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that I think we need to talk about too, is getting to the meetings. These opportunity meetings, y'all, some are offered more than once a month. That is where it's at. That's where you're going to see the live testimonies. That's when you're going to hear about the business. That's when you're going to hear about the products. There's something about seeing it live, seeing people in person, seeing people get emotional. I mean, people do. I mean, it's emotional, the things that have happened for people through Plexus. And so if you can get people to those meetings, they're in. I mean, there's really no other way to put it.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no denying it. Yeah. I mean, you can't deny somebody getting up and saying that their child can focus now at school because of the probiotic. You can't deny that somebody has been on our products for 4 months and has lost 30 pounds and is migraine free, and their digestive health has been completely restored. I mean, you can't deny those things. So if you can get them to the meetings, that builds their belief in our company and in our product. So meetings are huge. So get your people to the meetings and personally invite them. Call them if you have to.
Yes.
Private message them, text them. Don't just post it on your wall, because that's not going to get them there. So
no, I send private messages inviting people to the opportunity meetings. And I haven't had a ton come. I had one ambassador and 2 guests come last time. And I'm super excited to say that my 2 guests ended up joining me as ambassadors this past week. And so, yeah, I mean, it's definitely important to make sure that you're at the meetings, because when
Absolutely.
you're there, as a guest, because that's how I learned about Plexus, was going to one of those opportunity meetings and sitting in the audience and seeing all these people standing up, and they are making enough money to pay their car payment each month, and they're making enough to pay their mortgage, and they're losing all this weight. I'm seeing these testimonies live. It was something that I wanted to be a part of.
Definitely.
So,
can you guys still see us here? Nod your head if you can see us.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm going to do something real quick because it just popped a message up at me. If you guys, I'm going to go ahead and say that if you guys have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we can go ahead and start taking questions now.
That sounds good.
Just put it in the chat down there if you see the chat, and we can go ahead and answer some questions for y'all. All right, I think that fixed it. Okay, perfect. Does anybody have any questions for us? Let me see. Okay, Randy, are you only sharing to Facebook, or are you sharing to your clients?
Do I talk to
Do you
strangers?
talk to strangers?
Do I talk to strangers? I don't necessarily go up to strangers. I haven't done that at this point. As far as talking, so I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner. My patients are children, and so I don't promote the products for children. I feel like it's a kind of a conflict of interest. I'm not saying, we know that these products are okay to take when you're pregnant and when you're nursing, and there are plenty of children who have taken them and have had improvement with their ADHD symptoms and with their eczema and with their GI health. But because I could financially benefit from that, I don't talk about it at work with patients, just because I feel like that would be a conflict of interest. However, I've had a lot of parents that I have friended through Facebook who have come to me interested in the products for themselves. So yes, in a way, I am using my network through work to help improve my customer base and also ambassador base too.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Okay, we've got lots of questions here. Hold on, let me see if we can get through all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you navigate versus dealing with unexpected?
Where is it? Where do you see that one?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So talking about navigating scaring people versus like dealing with the die-off symptoms. Typically, I just recommend, like when you're starting the triplex, that you start the product slowly. That you stick with the Slim for a week, and then start adding on 1 ProBio 5 at bedtime and 1 BioCleanse between meals. And as they're improving, they're tolerating things well. And a lot of people are familiar with die-off symptoms and with the Candida die-off, and how you can sometimes feel worse before you feel better. I also, if I have a customer come to me and they're like, oh my gosh, I've had a headache for 4 days, I feel terrible, or I've had diarrhea, whatever it may be, I really try to encourage them to stick with it. I let them know, I give them testimonies from other people. I'll go to our Team Eickenhorst page and Team Ferguson page, and I'll go and I'll search for other testimonies from other people who have gone through that, and I'll copy and paste that and I'll message it to them. So they know that other people have gone through this and now they're seeing amazing results.
Perfect.
Same thing if I have a patient who, or not a patient, sorry. If I have a customer who they're not seeing the weight loss right away. One of my newest ambassadors who joined didn't see weight loss till 7 weeks. She almost quit after a month. And I said, hey, it's a 60-day money back guarantee. Give it another month. See how you do.
Okay.
And she is so glad she stuck with it. She's down 13 pounds now. All her friends at work are asking her what she's doing, and she decided to join me as an ambassador just this past week.
Perfect.
So I really try to encourage people to give the products time. I do talk about, hey, we didn't put this weight on, we didn't need all these things. It took a long time for our body to get this unhealthy. And so it does take time to see improved health.
That's right. That's so true. Give it the 60 days because they offer that to us. Plexus is so generous in that they offer us a 60-day money back guarantee. So you have to be fair to the products and you have to give them 60 days. And so I always do recommend that. Give it the 60 days. Commit to 60 days because the Plexus does offer that. So, there's really no reason. There's nothing to lose, basically.
Vanessa says, how long did it take for my business to really start picking up? And I'm honestly, initially, right off the bat, because I went to the meeting and I did a new ambassador training.
She was excited.
And I'm kind of the type A personality. I'm a go-getter. I'm very ambitious, and that's just part of my nature. So it was immediately. The other thing is I set goals. So I started in April, and then I had a goal for May of my PV. I wanted to hit 500 PV. And then the next month my goal was 1,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. I wanted to hit 1,000 PV, and I think I hit 1,100. And then the next month I wanted to hit 1,500, and I hit over 2,000. And this month I wanted to get 2,500, and I'm $5 away from 3,000. I set goals every month as something that I'm going to do. And I also set my own health goals about making sure that I'm working out regularly and I'm sticking to those healthy choices. I like to make goals as far as growing my team. My goal was to gain 2 ambassadors this month, and I've gained 4. And so you've got to set those goals and keep those in mind as well.
I think you've done 5.
I've done 5.
Yeah, I think she's at 5.
I did do 5. You're right.
She's at 5.
That's right. I'm like, I did 4 this last week, and I did 5. I did 1 at the beginning of the month too.
She's a rock star. She wants that iPad.
Oh, that's right. I do.
Melissa's giving away an iPad for her levels 1 through 3. Let's see. What do you suggest for someone who is going to do a sip and see for the first time?
Okay. Yeah. And I've been to a sip and see. One thing is, you want to make sure that you have other ambassadors there who are a product of the product. Okay.
Absolutely.
The other thing is, I'm trying to think, because I personally haven't done a sip and see.
Yeah. Get with your sponsor. I know that I do. I try to help at sip and sees. And the main thing about a sip and see is you want, if you can't get a live testimony, you can get some video recorded testimonies. Make sure you have a couple testimonies. You can even do like a look-through book of before and after pictures for people to look at. Make sure, of course, you have samples of the pink drink.
Yes.
And like Heather said, make sure you have people there that can talk about the products. If you don't know the products yet, if you're new, or if you do know about the products, just make sure you have support there and people that know about the products. And then you can always have, kind of like we do at our opportunity meetings, have little giveaways. And just do fun little things. But sip and sees are fun, and they're neat because they're smaller, and you can actually talk one-on-one with people about how it's helped you. And I love the idea of a sip and see. And so I know I have a lot of new ambassadors that are wanting to do them. And personally, if it fits into my schedule, I want to go in and I want to support them and I want to help them. So see if your sponsor will come and help you host that and help you out with that sip and see, because sip and sees can be very successful. Even if you have about 5 to 6 people there, it can be very successful. So I love that. Why do you advise against having ambassadors join for wholesale prices? Not necessarily advise against it. I don't advise against it. I think the best ambassadors, if you're interviewing them, the interview process, if they're just wanting a discount on their product, normally those aren't the people that you want on your team that you think are going to grow a business. Now, you never know. Don't prejudge.
Right.
You really don't. But I guess my point was there, you don't just want to be recruiting ambassadors, okay? You want to make sure you're interviewing them and make sure that if they're only going to be taking the products and you know that, they really want to be a preferred customer. You want to have integrity in this business. And the number one thing with integrity is what's best for your customer and the person that's reaching out to you. So if you think what's best for them is for them to be a preferred customer and get that 10% discount and eventually get the 20% off, because on their third, what you need to let them know as a preferred customer is on their third order, they're going to get additional 10% off. So it's close to being that wholesale price.
Right.
So I'm not saying that they can't sign up as a wholesale ambassador, because we have a lot that do that, but it does bring our pay point value down. A lot of people don't realize that. If somebody is just having their auto call hit every month, that brings our pay point down significantly. And if you're building a team and you're wanting that to be your goal, having the pay point low is not a good thing either. So you just really want to qualify people, and you just want to make sure you're signing them up the way what's best for them, basically, and not just what's best for you, but what's best for them as, you know, either a preferred customer or an ambassador. So that's what I suggest there.
Sean's got, do you recommend handing out business cards? And if so, where? Only when you hear someone that Plexus could possibly help with. I have, well, and this is really interesting too. Okay, so this morning I checked my email. I had a new customer. I'm like, I don't really remember I don't know who this person is. Okay, they're from Conroe. I have put out I've ordered some of the brochures, basically the product information, the pamphlets from the back office. Yeah. And I put them at some, like where I go get my hair done, where I get my nails done, where I get the car washed, and just put them out and where my kids go to daycare. I just put a few of those out there. I have put some business cards out and about as well. So I'm assuming this person who called from Conroe, that I don't know who they are, I'm assuming they found one of them. I'm going to try to find them on Facebook and message them and ask them. I'm like, I've been at work all day and then with my kids in here, so I haven't had a chance to message that person yet. But I'm assuming that's how I got that customer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I do think it's something you should do.
What's awesome about business cards too, guys, I have 1,000 business cards sitting here in my office. They cost me $35 for 1,000 business cards. It's worth it to take them to restaurants, take them in a movie theater bathroom. I mean, put them wherever, because I mean, you're spending what, a cent?
Yeah,
not even
I had
that
someone
much.
say when you're in the dressing rooms, like when you're out shopping, if you're at Target or if you're at Macy's, wherever, trying on clothes, that is the worst feeling. I'm like, because I've been there where you want the clothes to fit and they don't, and you don't want to buy anything because you feel like nothing looks good on you. And everybody else, you know, I mean, we're not the only ones who feel that way. A lot of people do, and obviously we want to promote positive body image. We want to promote health. And so there's someone who obviously you're going to be likely to reach someone who could be in need or wanting the product.
Absolutely. So, that is a great idea. Put them in dressing rooms. Okay, I'm going to go to the dressing room while I do that.
That's right. Awesome. Wait, I need to go shopping. I
love that idea. I'm going to try to close tomorrow. Yeah. I love that idea. That's great. How do you get your ambassadors fired up to start the business side of things? How many ambassadors do you currently have? Okay.
So I think I have about 15 or so ambassadors. I really, and this is another thing too, I try to check in with my ambassadors and my customers, not only on the Plexus side of things, but on a personal level as well, and making sure that I'm involved and seeing how are they doing, how are their kids doing, that sort of thing. So the relationship is super important. As far as helping them to build up the business side of things, I've only been doing this for 4 months, and a lot of my ambassadors have only been with me for a week or just not for a super long time. That's something that I'm working on right now. Yeah. I try to lead by example and let them know, you know, you do what I do, duplicate what I do. I try to encourage them to post daily. I make sure that I send them links whenever we have an ambassador training, so that they can get that information. I also like to try to do, I know like we do challenges to see, you know, about if you recruit another ambassador with you, then, you know, you'd be entered to win a $50 gift card, those sort of things. And that's something that I'm sure with my team, I'll be doing that this next month as well.
Perfect.
And so, just making sure to stay in touch and making sure that they're doing well with their own products, and checking in regularly, maintaining that relationship. Now, and that's, I mean, I've only been doing this for a few months and I don't have a huge team, and I know it's probably like with you have hundreds of people, and so it's hard to, as you get bigger, it's hard to maintain that.
Yeah, but you're so right as far as relationships go. You have to be genuine. Like my team knows I genuinely care about them. I'm genuinely praying for my team. They know that. Mm-hmm. And so if they can see your heart and they know that you really care about them, that means more than anything. And like Heather said, make sure people are taking their products consistently. If you aren't a product of the product, this business will not be, you can't be successful with this business. If you aren't taking your products, it's hard to sell something that you're not taking. Mm-hmm. yourself. So being a product of the product is definitely key.
Yeah.
Keeping your team constantly in the loop, constantly doing trainings, opportunity meetings. And the thing is, like, a lot of my team is always sometimes very afraid to do their first opportunity meeting. But I love the idea of a sip and see. You have to really put yourself out there. When I first started, Melissa, my amazing upline, I'm so thankful to have such a great upline that just has done so much for us as a team. But she had done a small opportunity meeting in her home. I mean, I think there was 20 or 25 of us, but it was powerful because it was just her sharing her belief in our products. And so if you can get 25, 30 people in a room and you can talk about these products and get maybe a couple other people with you to talk about these products and your passion for these products, it's powerful. And those 30 people will turn into 60. Those 60 will turn into 120. And then the last opportunity meeting I had at my sister's church, which was amazing, we had over 110 people there. So it's just amazing how the business grows if you believe in the products. And your ambassadors will see that. The people that you're leading, they're going to see your belief is going to show. Your commitment to them is going to show. And so just constantly training and offering them help on the team page and keeping them in the loop. And I'm constantly messaging my level ones, how are y'all doing? Offering challenges, offering contests, always offering contests. Just to keep them, money talks. I mean, everybody likes to win a prize.
Fun.
It is fun. And so, I usually have contests every month, and I'm helping a lot of my team this month for sure. And just always just helping. And this business is about relationships. And that's what I love about this business. It's about caring for people and caring about people's health, and caring also about the financial, well-being of your ambassadors. I want Heather to be where I am.
Yeah.
I want my level ones. I know exactly.
I want to go to Maui.
I want my level ones in Maui with me. I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, it would be so much more fun with 30, 40 of us there. So that's my goal. I mean, I want everybody to be successful. And I'm sincere when I say that. I really, truly do, because this business can bring that. I mean, it can bring true success. It certainly can. So let's see. K Black.
Oh, they just wanted to know my last name.
Oh,
you got it. King.
Oh, King. Yes.
That's right.
Heather King. So perfect. So just get your belief out there. Heather is doing amazing, but like she said, she's not.
I'm not anything special. What I'm doing is something that all of you can do as well.
That's right. Sure. And if she can fit it in the nooks and crannies with having a full-time 8 to 5 job and still taking care of her babies and being there with her husband, just really, it's all about prioritizing. Okay. Because in the morning I do my quiet time. That is the first thing I do, is I spend time with my Lord and Savior. He gets the first of my day. And he gets the last of my day. I pray right before I go to bed, and I'm praying all throughout the day, really. But it's all about priorities. It's all about that. After I do my quiet time in the morning, I give him the first, 30 minutes usually of my time. After that, it's taking care of my kids, getting them off to school, and then it's all Plexus from there on out. And some days I work a little bit more than others, but it really truly is a part-time job, though. I mean, I don't work this business full-time. I truly don't. I mean, even as an Emerald Ambassador, I don't work 40 hours a week. I don't. But that's the beauty of this business, is that you don't have to. No. I can take vacations and it's okay. It's okay to go away with your family and be away. So, but anyways, I think that's everything, unless y'all have more. Let's see. Oh, great job.
No, I think we're good. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening.
And we recorded it. So if there's anybody that that wanted to listen in that couldn't, I am going to upload it, I think, to YouTube. I can figure out how to do that. Maybe Heather will help me. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But thank y'all so much. And any questions you have, you can ask on my team page. If you're from Team Eickenhorst, you can ask on Melissa's team page, and we're here for y'all. So thank y'all for listening in. And that's the end of our meeting.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.